Continue recording.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
We got a call just basically that you were just reporting vehicles throughout I guess that we're driving around the IBC.
Okay, what happened?
I'm sorry?
What happened?
What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
It was just that we had received a call that you were reporting vehicles while they were passing by the IBC.
Okay.
Are you from the area?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an idea on you just at dispatch knows that I'm in contact with you?
This is a consensual encounter?
No, we actually got a call.
How come it's not consensual?
Well, because we had parties that were asking for me to check out with you.
Is there a crime being broken?
No, there isn't.
So it's consensual then, right?
Well, it's not consensual because if it was consensual, then that would be just me making contact with you without me being dispatched to you.
Well, since there's not a crime, then you have no investigation, right?
Well, no, it is that's the reason why I'm here. I didn't know that you were standing behind the IBC bank.
Is suspicion a crime?
No, it's not.
So you have no reason to be here, right?
No, I do. I'm advising.
All right, guys, pay close attention because what you're about to see is not confusion. It's negligence. This encounter exposes how officers routinely show up without understanding the Constitution. They swear to uphold. Point two, officers arrive with no crime, no victim, and no evidence. Yet full confidence to demand compliance. They can't even agree with each other on the law, but they agree on one thing: control. The goal from the start is clear: pressure a citizen into surrendering rights voluntarily. This is how constitutional violations happen quietly, without handcuffs or sirens. No crime is alleged, no statute is cited, but authority is aggressively asserted. And this right here sets the tone for everything that follows.
You that I got a call.
Oh, okay. So I think what you would do is make contact with them then.
No, because I don't know.
Oh. So
Yeah.
you just got an anonymous call.
Yeah, just just this one.
Okay. Well, I don't really give ID.
Well, you're required to right now because obviously I got a call. It's not a consensual encounter.
I'm only required to give ID. I believe it's 3802 Penal Code. I'm only required to give an ID if I'm lawfully arrested. I'm not lawfully arrested.
Well, no. That's obviously, if you're arrested, then yes,
Right.
obviously you're required to give your information.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm trying to make you understand is this isn't a casual encounter. I just didn't drive by here and just say, hey, okay, let me check out this guy. That's not what happened.
Okay, so
I didn't know that you were out here.
You're right.
Okay.
So in terms of your investigation was a suspicious person.
Yeah, that's how the call came. And obviously, you're not doing anything wrong. I mean, I can see that you're just standing here with your phone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not. You know what I mean?
So
and
why
you're not
would-
in any trouble.
I mean, I wouldn't know that. If I surrender my Fourth Amendment, I could be wanted. Then I'd be surrender of Fourth Amendment, then I could be in trouble.
In trouble for what?
I'm just saying.
Now here's where it gets serious. The officers admit they responded to nothing more than an anonymous phone call. No crime reported, no suspicious behavior articulated, just someone concerned. Yet suddenly, that concern becomes justification to detain, question, and demand identification. This is a classic move: hide behind a phrase, call for service. They attempt to redefine a consensual encounter simply because dispatch sent them. But a call does not suspend the Constitution. Authority doesn't magically appear because someone dialed a phone.
In hypothetical scenarios, we watch cops all the time, right? It still comes on TV. When someone surrenders their Fourth Amendment, such as their ID, you guys run that through NCIS, and then you go, or ASIS, you're right, and you run their system, their information is look for warrants. So now they surrendered their Fourth Amendment, then they're subject to arrest.
Okay, so do you understand the reason why I'm here?
Yeah,
I totally understand that, but that would be like in a whole different circumstance, right? This isn't a traffic stop or anything like that.
Right.
It's not a casual encounter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can just provide me information. We did get a call that you were out here recording vehicles. Again, you're not committing any crime.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is that I got dispatched here.
Okay. No rings. You're not married?
No, sir.
Why not?
No need to be.
No need to be? Oh, wow. Woo.
If you don't mind, I'll be out of your hair. It's kind of hot out here, and you can continue.
Hey, it's a good shade. Look at this shade tree. Yeah, unfortunately, I cannot assist you with your investigation. That's not my job. I'm not going to do that. So even identifying me will be assisting you with your investigation.
Well, the thing is that I don't know it. I don't know you personally.
You're not supposed to. I'm a private citizen.
Yeah, of course. So
Right.
what I'm saying is I got dispatch here.
Well, you gotta.
Listen carefully to how the narrative shifts. The officer insists the encounter is not consensual, yet admits no crime occurred. That contradiction alone collapses the entire interaction. That if there's no crime, there is no investigation. If there's no investigation, there's no legal obligation to identify. Instead of articulating reasonable suspicion, the officer repeats the same hollow excuse. This isn't law enforcement. This is improvisation. And improvisation with authority is dangerous.
No,
It's not a consensual encounter, right? You do have to identify, is what I'm saying.
I don't have to identify.
Because it isn't a.
How long you been an
encounter.
officer?
A few years.
For few years. You know, I got a question. This is hypothetical speaking. This is not. I'm not insinuating nothing. This is a hypothetical conversation. When officers encounter a member of the public, and a member of the public explains to them their rights. Okay.
I can hear you. I can
Oh.
multitask.
Okay. Name?
How's it going, bro? Officer Mugia,
Badge number?
714.
747. What was your badge number? 747. Okay, just like a hypothetical question. I'm not insinuating nothing, but when officers encounter a member of the public and the member of the public state their rights or penal code, why do officers never think that they're police? Is it because there's a code of conduct that says if you're a police, you wouldn't do this? If you're a police, you wouldn't be out here with a camera doing what you're doing. Is that like an internal thought process?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't even know.
Wow. So no one. So when I rewind this and play this, you're saying I gave an incomplete sentence?
That's not what I'm saying, sir.
Well, then why don't you know what I'm talking about?
So right now we're obviously you're going off topic, right?
I'm supposed to because you have no reason to be here.
I do. I just explained that to you.
This is where the Fourth Amendment comes under direct attack. The officer repeatedly pressures the citizen to hand over identification to make it easier. Easier for who? Not the Constitution. The citizen correctly explains that ID leads to database checks and potential arrest. That's not hypothetical. That's standard procedure. Officers know exactly what happens when an ID is run. Pretending otherwise is intellectual dishonesty. Rights don't exist for convenience.
We got a phone call,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's just somebody concerned. That's all it is, right?
And now you're here.
And now I'm here. So it's not a consensual encounter, like I mentioned. I just didn't drive by here and decide to talk to you.
You did.
I did. I actually got a call here. So
It's a little too loud for us to just roll by and talk to people.
we just came into shift anyway. So
Well, the reason I say you did is because no one gave you a citation of a law being broken or a policy being broken. Therefore, for you to drive past and observe, you observe the suspicious person, which is me. You see no crime. You was given no crime.
no.
And you observe the suspicious person, which is me. And since you observed the suspicious person,
Yeah, I got you. No, like
hey, y'all body cameras rolling?
yeah.
Okay.
Like she just finished explaining to you, we just got a call, right? You know, so whenever we get a call, you know, you're matching description, we just, you know, come say what's up, right? Make sure you're good, you know what I mean?
But listen, I want to have a lower level conversation real quick. This is my hypothetical question. Why is it that when officers are called to the scene,
Now watch closely. The officers begin contradicting each other in real time. Point one claims ID is required. The other says it's discretionary. Neither can cite a statute clearly. Neither can articulate reasonable suspicion properly. Yet both are wearing badges and carrying authority. This is not a small mistake. This is systemic failure. Law enforcement must operate on certainty, not guesses. When officers disagree on basic law, citizens pay the price.
even if it's not a crime, like what I'm doing right now, why is it that when you engage with a member of the public, when the member of the public state their rights, and if I state penal code, if I state case law, why is it that police officers never think, is he a police officer? It's almost like you guys just be like, he's not a lawyer, he's not a police officer, whatever he's saying. Why is it that type of like posture?
Yeah, no, I mean, we listen to people, right? It's a part of our job, you know, every single day. When people are right, people are right. I tell them, okay, you're right. You know what I mean?
Okay, now watch this. Is this a consensual encounter?
No, it's not.
Okay,
Just because it's a call for service.
right, because it's call for service.
Yeah.
But when it's a call for service, you guys are here to enforce the law.
Not necessarily.
Then what else do you enforce?
So like reasonable suspicion, right?
What's reasonable?
Reasonable?
That's articulable reason
It's what a
suspicion.
reasonable person would believe. You know what I mean?
Is that a penal code reason?
It's in the penal code.
It says articulable suspicion that a crime is being committed or about to be committed.
I don't know the definition textbook off my head, right? But reasonable suspicion, probable cause, they're all different levels.
Right.
But like I said, call for service, usually just reasonable suspicion. You know what I mean?
Here comes the buzzword, reasonable suspicion, thrown around casually without definition or articulation. Recording in public is not a crime. Standing in public is not suspicious. Holding a camera is not illegal. Reasonable suspicion requires facts, not feelings. But instead of facts, we get vague language and confusion. This is how rights are eroded, one misused term at a time.
It's not a probable cause, right? Like, it's not
Right.
a probable cause.
So that's no probable cause for me to ID. But that's not what she's saying. We're still here because she's saying I have to ID.
Oh, that's my call, right?
No.
Officer in charge here.
She's officer in charge,
Yeah.
but you still have a duty to correct any erroneous mistakes.
Yeah.
So right, so
I don't see any mistakes going on here. Right?
you just said I don't have to ID. I just told you she said I have to. Now you say you don't see a mistake.
Well, that's her call. Maybe she sees something that I don't.
I don't know what to call you.
Yeah. How you doing?
You're gonna be good if we leave.
Yeah.
Look, like I mentioned before, you're not committing a crime, right? And you're obviously aware of that, right?
Right.
You obviously got concerned citizens. You're recording, right?
But no,
So-
you're nice. But my thing is this: when a member of the public engages with law enforcement, we should be able to give our understanding also in such a way to you guys shouldn't be in a hurry to leave. Because if there was a real investigation, if I was breaking the law, you guys would take your time to detail a police report, what they call them, witnesses. You guys would take your time to get a full report.
Sometimes our hands are limited, right? Like I mentioned earlier, it was just a concerned citizen, so we don't have any information to go based on.
I know that, but I'm saying.
Notice the tactics shift. When legal arguments expose weakness, the officers pivot to casual conversation. Questions about personal life, jokes, attempts to lower resistance. This isn't friendliness, it's deflection. The moment accountability enters the conversation, professionalism disappears. The law doesn't require charm, it requires accuracy. Distraction doesn't fix misinformation. And jokes don't erase violations.
Like, since you don't have that,
We don't, and so that the call came out. Guy matching your description. You're obviously holding a camera, you're
Right.
recording. So that's all we have. That's all we have to work on right now. So that's why I'm making contact with you right now.
But for future reference, I just want you to know that that is not enough to ID someone.
Okay.
And I think you know that. I think you probably got to update it.
It just
I think
it makes it easier, right? And like I mentioned, you're not in any trouble, like you had mentioned. I'm trying to make contact with you.
Right.
At the end of the day, I'm doing my job.
No, you are. But see,
Right.
part of your job is to enforce accurate law. If you're misinterpreting the law, now you're violating someone's rights unknowingly. You can do it knowingly or unknowingly. Like this gentleman. When you went into the car, he said, I did not have to ID. That's counterproductive to what you said. So then when I told the gentleman, well, tell her that. Then he said, well, it's not my stop. See, now we have a difference of understanding here. We got two law officers saying two different things. That is a problem. You should be on the same page. And then he said he doesn't know the exact penal code verbiage, articulable suspicion. That's another bad thing because you have to know that to make a proper investigation or proper arrest.
One officer openly admits another may be wrong and does nothing. That's the most dangerous admission of all. Supervisory responsibility is abandoned in real time. Errors are acknowledged but not corrected. This proves the priority is not justice. It's unity against the citizen. Internal disagreement never benefits the public. Silence becomes endorsement, and rights suffer in the process.
I just went in my business. Are you prior to law enforcement? Or are you just something that you just study because you like it?
I'm definitely, I've been in government.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, I've been in government, and so.
Look, like I mentioned, you're not in any trouble, and you haven't committed a crime, right? Like I had mentioned before. You're gonna be good. We won't have to
But that's
be
not good enough
Well, the thing is that
because you gave misinformation.
How did that?
You said I did not have to ID. Did you say that? And then when I said, well, tell her that, there's no proper cause. So then why did you say I have to ID?
Well, because it wasn't a casual encounter.
it just make it easy is not that's not a legitimate circumstance. I want to know the right answer. So I'm trying to get you guys to get on the same page. That's what I'm trying to do. I want to know, why did you say I don't have to ID, and why are you saying I do have to
I
ID?
did get dispatched. He didn't get dispatched.
Doesn't matter. He's law enforcement.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is he probably just did a robot. I'm pretty sure he didn't get dispatched to here. I have a call. Like, I have an actual call that
I mean, there's always an officer in charge for any situation, but that doesn't mean you didn't know what's going on, right?
Okay, so like I mentioned, I did get a call.
Mm-hmm.
I have a call was created for me to make contact with.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't, like I mentioned, I just didn't casually drive up here.
The most overused excuse in policing makes its appearance. I'm just doing my job. But enforcing the law incorrectly is not doing your job. Misstating legal obligations is not harmless. Every incorrect command pressures compliance through authority. Citizens shouldn't need legal degrees to stand in public. The burden is on the state, not the individual. Ignorance of the law is never an excuse.
I was on the other side of town when this call came in.
Right.
Right. So all I'm saying is,
Okay, let me ask you this. If I would have gave you my ID, would you have ran my name?
read it?
Would you have ran it in the system?
No, I would have logged it in. Just that I made contact with you.
So you wouldn't have ran for warrants?
No, there's a difference. I can log it in that I made contact with
Mm-hmm.
you, and obviously you haven't committed a crime. And running it through the NCIC, TCIC,
Right.
which you had mentioned, is totally different. I wouldn't have done that.
Now let me ask you this. How would a member of the public know when you're going to make that discretionary
You
decision?
could have asked me just like you did right now.
But
Or you could have probably heard.
I've
You
done
wrote
it before.
down.
I've done it before. And I know, and that's the bad thing about law enforcement encounter. You know, when a member of the public says something that happened in the past, law enforcement says, well, that's a different situation. But
Which it was.
when you guys encounter us and you say, well, you could be doing this, you could be doing that, then we can say, well, that's a different situation. So it goes both ways, you know.
Well,
Right.
yeah, every situation is different. Unfortunately, we're here
Mm-hmm.
because, like I mentioned before, there's the call that I received,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's basically, like I mentioned, you're not in any trouble or anything like that.
You guys got cards?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can write the CAD number on there, this call for service number on there for.
Then comes the quiet confession. The officer admits the ID wouldn't have been legally required. Admits it wouldn't be run for warrants. Admits it was merely for documentation, but documentation without cause is surveillance, and surveillance without cause is unconstitutional. Citizens are not case numbers. Rights are not optional.
You want the cat narrative number?
Yeah. So you don't want to say you don't. So are you the kind of public official that don't correct their officers when they're wrong?
I don't know if she's right or wrong.
You don't know penal code?
I do.
What's penal code for ID?
Penal code for ID?
Yeah.
That doesn't really make any sense.
What is the penal code for when a member of the public is required to identify themselves?
When they're suspected of committing a crime.
Right. Am I suspected of committing a crime? So
But
when,
like I said, we got reasonable suspicion, we got probable
That's-
cause, we got mere suspicion.
all that is separate though.
Yeah. But you're rambling on about all these different.
I'm rambling.
Yeah, you keep throwing different names.
Isn't that what you guys use to articulate an arrest or a citation? You use penal code, right?
Yeah.
So when a member of the
Transportation code for citations.
or
yeah.
right, so when a member of the public brings up penal code, then they're rambling
Well, I mean, you don't really stay on one topic. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
because you guys have no reason to be here. So I have to use subject matter examples to get you guys to understand.
Well, it's like she just finished telling you, man. We do have a reason to be here just because of the call.
Now,
Right? That doesn't mean we're, telling you, hey, you're committing a.
This interaction reveals a deeper issue. Officers are deployed without full understanding of the laws they enforce. Penal codes are guessed, not known. Standards are blurred, not upheld. And accountability is avoided through ambiguity. The public funds this system expecting competence. What they receive instead is improvisation with power that's unacceptable.
Crime or whatever, right? But it's just a concerned citizen, right? Our citizens are responsible.
you're Daffy Duck. You need to touch up on your law and your fundamentals because you are a casualty to the city, and you, by the way you interpret things, it's not good for law enforcement.
That's not a case number. I stretched it out. It's just the cat narrative call.
It's information. If you guys are here on an information call.
Yes.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
No.
Alrighty.
All right.
All right.
Be safe, man.
Hey, and always remember, every member of the public could be an FBI agent. They could be anybody. So when you give inaccurate representations of the law, you're opening yourself up to situations and circumstances. And we don't want to do that because the taxpayers have nothing to do with it. Okay.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right, guys, this is exactly why recording matters. Not because every officer is bad, but because unchecked authority is dangerous. This encounter shows how easily rights are challenged without cause in no crime. No suspicion, no lawful demand. Yet pressure never stops that if you don't know your rights, someone else will decide them for you. Education is protection. Recording is accountability. Support the channel, spread awareness, and keep learning. And remember, always record. Always know your rights.